ladies, congratulations on completing week 1 of your session. This was hopefully an exploratory week just all around for you. Your submissions for your generative writing, exploring what your prompts could potentially revolve around, were excellent. I actually think these are the highest set of grades I've given on first round ever. So as an entire collective group, congratulations, and way to set the bar high for yourself. Hopefully that's a good thing. But a lot of you were able to actually assess what you think your topic for your research paper could be. And I wanted you to, for this upcoming week, really start thinking, what could I dedicate weeks of my life to in regards to a topic? Some of you suggested some topics that were not controversial, but could be hard to write about just because of research and information you may learn. I, for example, am a sucker for terrifying stories, and if I get to pick a topic for my paper that reflects on abuse or opioid use or other things that can affect me emotionally, I usually get suckered right in to wanting to research more. So if that's a path you're going to take on a darker subject, which is totally fine, just make sure that you're prepared that you're going to have to be living with it and pretty much indulge in it for a few weeks at least. So just as a word of caution, make sure you pick a topic that you feel comfortable working with. You're adults, you can handle it from there. In regards to this upcoming week with your research topic proposal, it says it has to be a page. It is not a formal writing assignment that in regards to being an APA or MLA format. If you could write in prose style, so not necessarily bulleted format answering the questions, but actually try and create a flow of information, that would be wonderful. If you have questions or don't know how to elaborate for this writing assignment, you can email me in advance and I'll be glad to help you. Your avoiding plagiarism piece. I noticed that most of my students are understanding in regards to knowing that when you copy and paste from a source and you don't give them credit, that's considered cheating or plagiarism. What I do notice, however, is that students will be writing and they'll put down ideas that they have learned from a source, but they won't give credit to it afterwards, just like as in you're paraphrasing. So if you are writing in your essay or in any future assignments, and you are taking an idea that didn't directly come from your own brain, make sure at the end, just in parentheses, and for us it'll be APA format, make sure you give credit to that source. As we're drafting, and you'll see this over the next couple of weeks, you'll probably see me comment directly on your paper and I'll write source ? And that means this is probably a good spot because clearly this is information you learned and you need to give credit to the author. Other than that, I don't want to get too far ahead, except I just want to make sure that you are thinking actively about your topic, that you are thinking about how to include logos, ethos, and pathos into your work. Also, if you find as though you need that moment of inspiration or a little help in regards to finding research or finding the motivation to start tackling your paper on the side, you can, of course, email me and I'd be glad to help you. This is the fun part. You will be, in the future, focusing on a counter argument. Just because I've taught this course a few times so far, I think I should warn you that it's one of the last weeks. Let me just look here for a moment. If I look ahead, I feel as though it's in week 5. Week 5, there's a discussion based on acknowledging a counter argument. I noticed that, especially because it's so late in the session, that it's an afterthought sometimes for our final drafts. So first, if you needed something to think about for long term, I would just kind of start thinking ahead in regards to making sure you have a counter argument in your final draft of your paper. I know it seems like week 5 is so far away, but it's been consistently the thing that I find missing from students' work. And so I thought, why not give you the heads up that it's going to be happening, and why not give you the heads up that sometimes it's a common mistake so that you can start planning for it and find your own success. I have been receiving some private messages from you. Hopefully I'm being clear. I tried to let your grades speak for yourself for this first writing assignment because it really was a brainstorming activity, and bravo, like I said, you all did a wonderful job. So starting now, probably with our prompts, and this week I will be putting in lots of comments on your papers. Please, I take the time to write them. I highly encourage you to take the time as well to read them. And also, when I grade your final paper in week 6, which I know seems like forever away, I open up all of the documents along with your final draft, and I look at how you grew, because it's a process. So if I made the same suggestion or requested the same correction every single week and it was wrong in your final draft, it says something to me. There wasn't a process, there wasn't a learning curve here. But if I saw that you tried, you made the adjustment, we moved on, and there was growth, well then I want to give you points for it all. So just something to kind of keep in mind. Flow, rewind. From your starting point to the end, I look at it all. I look at your flow. I look at your growth, and I consider that when I'm grading your final paper. So, something to keep in mind. So look for comments. If you need any extra help, email me immediately. I actively try to look at the question and answers button that's on our page, but it's not always on the top of my list. So if you need something quickly and you need a direct answer, email me. It's the best way to get me. All right, on to week 2. Good luck, and I will check in with you as you need it. Bye.